Is NATO ready for Russia's Arctic challenge? Putin's maritime doctrine underscores Russia's ambition to assert itself as a formidable maritime power with particular emphasis on the Arctic region. This strategic focus is driven by the Arctic's vast resources and its critical geopolitical importance in the context of Russia's broader ambitions on the world stage. Building upon a historical legacy of seeking control over Arctic territories, Putin views the region as pivotal to Russia's resurgence as a great power. Historically, both Soviet and Russian leaders have pursued dominance in the Arctic, driven by the region's economic potential and strategic significance. Putin's administration continues this tradition, recognizing the Arctic as vital for Russia's national interests and its aspirations for global influence. This long-standing ambition aligns with Putin's broader vision of restoring Russia's status as a superpower. Russia's pursuit of territorial claims in the Arctic has been highlighted by provocative actions such as the 2007 flag-planting expedition, initially dismissed as a stunt but later backed by UN validation. This validation could potentially grant Russia access to vast seabed areas rich in oil and gas resources, solidifying its position as a dominant player in the region. Currently, Russia holds extensive territorial dominance in the Arctic, with control over nearly half of the polar territory and extensive coastline. In line with its territorial ambitions, Russia has significantly expanded its military presence in the Arctic over the past decade. This expansion includes the reopening of the Soviet-era military bases, the modernization of the Northern Fleet, and the development of advanced hypersonic missile systems. Such military buildup serves to safeguard vital infrastructure and borders, including Russia's nuclear arsenals, while also bolstering its ability to project power and assert control over strategic waterways. Central to Russia's Arctic strategy is the Northern Sea Route, which Russia considers as its internal waterway. Moscow has imposed bureaucratic oversight and restrictions on foreign warships navigating the route, asserting its authority over Arctic waters. Declining sea ice levels due to climate change have made the Northern Sea Route increasingly accessible, prompting Russia to double cargo traffic along the route and seek cooperation with other major powers, notably China. However, Russia's assertive actions in the Arctic have raised geopolitical tensions, particularly in the context of its strained relations with the West following its annexation of Crimea and intervention in Ukraine. NATO's expansion in the Arctic, with Finland joining and Sweden set to follow suit, has further exacerbated these tensions and provided a pretext for Russia's military buildup in the region. Furthermore, the impact of climate change on the Arctic has profound implications for Russia's strategy calculus. Accelerated melting of Arctic ice has enhanced the economic and strategic value of the region, prompting Putin's commitment to exploiting its resources and increasing transit along the Northern Sea Route. Russia's Arctic policy remains a multifaceted approach to a region of immense geopolitical and economic significance, encompassing territories north of the Arctic Circle, which constitute approximately one-fifth of Russia's landmass. Russia's strategic interests in the Arctic are deeply rooted in its historical exploration, territorial claims, and contemporary objectives. We will delve into various aspects of Russia's Arctic policy, examining its geopolitical significance, stated goals, military presence, historical context, territorial claims, military strategy, economic interests, challenges, controversies, and future outlook. Russia's Arctic policy covers vast territories along its northern borders, including extensive coastline along the Arctic Ocean. As one of the 5 Arctic littoral states, Russia holds significant sway in shaping policies and initiatives related to the region. The Arctic strategy importance lies in the abundance of natural resources, including oil, gas, minerals, and fisheries, as well as its potential as a crucial maritime transportation route connecting Europe and Asia. Russia's Arctic policy articulates various objectives, including the utilization of natural resources, protection of the fragile Arctic ecosystem, development of transportation systems, and promotion of peace and cooperation in the region. Historically, economic exploitation of the Arctic, particularly through the Northern Sea route, has been a key priority for Russia. Russia maintains a significant military and border guard presence in the Arctic to safeguard its interests and assert control over the region. This includes the establishment of military units, modernizing of existing infrastructure, and plans to strengthen military capabilities in response to evolving security challenges. Historical exploration and research efforts contribute to substantiating Russia's territorial claims, particularly regarding extended continental shelves under international laws. Russia's territorial claims in the Arctic are informed by historical precedents and geopolitical dynamics, including the 1926 claim and subsequent boundary agreements with neighboring countries. Russia's engagement with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea (UNCLOS) underscores its commitment to adhering to international legal frameworks governing maritime boundaries and delineation of extended continental shelves. Russia's military strategy in the Arctic emphasizes the protection of its territorial integrity and national security interests. This includes the establishment of military units, deployment of advanced weapon systems, and investment in Arctic-specific infrastructure, such as the development of nuclear-powered icebreakers and the modernization of the Northern Fleet. These efforts enhance Russia's military presence and capabilities in the region, enabling it to respond effectively to potential threats and challenges. Despite its ambitious Arctic policy, Russia faces various challenges and controversies, including environmental concerns, geopolitical tensions, and international sanctions. Protests against oil drilling and other extractive activities highlight the environmental risks associated with Arctic development, while geopolitical tensions, exacerbated by Russia's action in Ukraine and elsewhere, pose obstacles to international cooperation and consensus building in the region. Additionally, economic viability and technological challenges, coupled with the impact of international sanctions, presents hurdles to realizing Russia's economic potential in the Arctic. Looking ahead, Russia aims to solidify its Arctic possessions as a major resource base by leveraging climate change-induced accessibility and global energy demands. With the Arctic region becoming increasingly accessible due to the melting ice caps, Russia sees opportunities to expand its economic activities, enhance its military capabilities, and strengthen its geopolitical position in the region. However, achieving these goals will require navigating complex geopolitical dynamics, addressing environmental concerns, and overcoming technological economic challenges in the years to come. The Arctic has historically been a region characterized by diplomatic cooperation, particularly in the post-Cold War era. Russian militarization in the Arctic is a growing concern for NATO and other Arctic stakeholders. Russia has been actively building military infrastructure and capabilities in the region, citing strategic importance for its security and economic interests. This militarization poses challenges to NATO, which lacks comprehensive governance structures and internal consensus on the context of involvement in Arctic affairs. The need for NATO to address Russian militarization and preserve stability in the region is paramount. In response to Russian aggregation, NATO has proposed several actions to maintain stability and security in the Arctic. These include maintaining maintaining a credible military presence in Norway, particularly in Svalbard, to deter Russian aggression and uphold collective defense principles. Additionally, NATO aims to utilize the NATO-Russia Council as a platform for dialogue and transparency, bridging the security dialogue gap between NATO and Russia. NATO's involvement in the Arctic is grounded in its foundational principles of promoting stability, democracy, and the rule of law. The Arctic region is strategically important to Euro-Atlantic security, with NATO's defensive and deterrence capabilities crucial for countering Russia's militarization and maintaining stability in the region. By engaging in Arctic affairs, NATO aims to establish international norms, uphold existing legal frameworks, and prevent Russian dominance in the region. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful analysis on Russia's Arctic policy and implications for NATO. Stay informed about the latest developments by hitting the bell icon. Thanks for watching.